What if I told you that learning artificial intelligence is much easier than most people believe? Not because AI is simple, but because most people start in the wrong place. Thousands of beginners waste months watching videos without building real skills. The fastest learners don't consume more information, they practice smarter. AI isn't magic, it's simply thousands of small ideas connected together. And once you understand those connections, everything starts making sense. Today, you'll learn the exact system that helps beginners understand AI faster. No shortcuts, no impossible study schedules, just a smarter way to learn. Whether you're a student, a working professional, or someone completely new to programming, by the end of this video, you'll have a clear roadmap for learning artificial intelligence faster, with less confusion and far more confidence. Let's begin. Before learning artificial intelligence, you need to understand why so many people give up. The problem usually isn't intelligence, it's information overload. Every search introduces another course, another tutorial, and another opinion. Instead of feeling motivated, you end up feeling stuck. Learning more isn't always the answer. Progress happens when knowledge turns into action. Think about learning to ride a bicycle. You can study balance for weeks, but you'll only improve once you start pedaling. Artificial intelligence works exactly the same way. You don't become skilled by collecting courses. You become skilled by solving real problems. Every completed project teaches lessons that no video alone can provide. That's why experienced developers keep building. They learn by creating, not just consuming. So before you chase advanced algorithms, build a strong foundation first. Strong foundations make advanced topics easier. Skipping the basics usually creates confusion later. The fastest learners aren't rushing. They simply avoid wasting time, and that's exactly what this roadmap is designed to help you do. Instead of asking, "What's the best course?" ask yourself, "What skill will I build today?" That single change in mindset can completely transform the way you learn artificial intelligence. Now let's answer the biggest question every beginner asks: where should I start? The answer is surprisingly simple. Think of artificial intelligence like building a house. If you start with the roof, the entire structure collapses. AI learning follows the same principle. The first skill isn't machine learning, it's Python. Python is popular because its syntax is clean, readable, and beginner-friendly. You don't need to master the entire language. Focus on the features you'll actually use. Once Python feels comfortable, it's time for a little math. And no, you don't need every chapter from every math textbook. Learn only the math that helps you understand AI. Your goal isn't to become a mathematician. It's to understand why AI models make decisions. After that comes machine learning. This is where computers begin learning patterns from data. Instead of following fixed instructions, the model improves by studying examples. More quality examples usually lead to better predictions. Once you understand machine learning, deep learning becomes much less intimidating. Deep learning simply uses larger neural networks to solve more complex problems. Whether it's recognizing faces, translating languages, or generating images, the foundation is still the same. But here's the mistake many beginners make. They keep studying without building. Knowledge grows much faster when it's applied immediately. So after every new concept, build something small. Small projects create confidence. And confidence makes learning faster. Now that you know the roadmap, let's build a daily study system that helps you make steady progress without feeling overwhelmed. Learning artificial intelligence doesn't require studying all day. It requires studying with intention. Even one focused hour can outperform several distracted hours. Let's build a simple daily routine you can actually maintain. Start with 10 minutes of review. Don't learn anything new yet. Strengthen yesterday's knowledge before adding today's lesson. Next, spend about 25 minutes learning one new concept. Only one concept. Trying to learn 5 ideas at once usually means remembering none of them well. After learning, immediately switch to practice. Spend around 20 minutes writing code yourself. Watching someone else code is not the same as writing your own. Your keyboard should become your classroom. Finally, spend a few minutes reflecting on what you learned. Ask yourself, what did I understand? What confused me? What should I practice tomorrow? These simple questions keep your learning moving forward. Consistency will always beat intensity. Studying a little every day is easier than restarting every week. Think of AI learning like planting a tree. Small daily effort grows into remarkable results over time. Don't compare your first week to someone else's 5th year. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday. Improvement is measured one lesson at a time. One completed lesson becomes the foundation for the next. Progress doesn't have to be dramatic to be meaningful. If you keep showing up, the difficult concepts gradually become familiar. That's how real confidence is built. And once confidence grows, learning becomes something you look forward to instead of something you avoid. Now that you have a daily learning system, let's explore how to remember everything you study instead of forgetting it a few days later. Have you ever finished an AI lesson, understood everything and forgotten most of it a week later? That's not a sign that you're a bad learner. It's how memory naturally works. The good news is that you can strengthen those memories with the right habits. The first habit is called active recall. Instead of reading the answer again, challenge yourself to remember it first. That small mental effort tells your brain the information is important. For example, after studying Python loops, close the notebook and explain the idea in your own words. If you can't explain it simply, you probably need another round of practice. The second habit is spaced repetition. Review your notes after 1 day, 3 days, 1 week, and then 2 weeks. Each review takes less time than the one before, but every review strengthens the memory. The third habit is teaching. You don't need a classroom. Explain the concept to a friend, a family member, or even to yourself. Teaching quickly reveals the parts you don't fully understand. And once you fix those gaps, your understanding becomes much more reliable. There's one more technique that many beginners overlook. Connect every lesson to a real project. Learn about image classification? Build a tiny image classifier. Learn about chatbots? Create a simple chatbot that answers basic questions. Every project gives your brain another reason to remember the lesson. Learning becomes easier when every idea has a purpose. That's how knowledge turns into skill. Next, let's look at the biggest mistakes that slow down almost every AI beginner and how you can avoid them. Learning artificial intelligence isn't just about doing the right things. It's also about avoiding the wrong ones. Let's start with the mistake that traps the most beginners. Mistake number 1, tutorial hopping. Every week, a new course promises to be the fastest way to learn AI. But switching resources every few days resets your momentum. Choose one reliable learning path and finish it before searching for something new. Consistency beats constant switching. Now for the second mistake. Watching instead of building. Watching a project feels productive, but real learning happens when your own code works, and when it doesn't. Every bug teaches you something a perfect tutorial never can. Don't fear mistakes. Investigate them. Here's the third mistake. Trying to memorize everything. Artificial intelligence is too broad to remember every detail. Focus on understanding the ideas instead. When you understand the logic, looking up syntax becomes easy. Professional developers look up documentation all the time. The important skill is knowing what you're trying to build. Now for mistake number 4. Skipping the fundamentals. Advanced topics become much easier when the basics are solid. Strong foundations reduce frustration later. Learning in the right order saves countless hours. And finally, mistake number 5. Giving up too early. Artificial intelligence can feel confusing in the beginning. That's completely normal. Every expert once struggled with their first program. The difference wasn't talent. It was persistence. One lesson, one project, one improvement at a time. Those small improvements eventually become major progress. Success rarely arrives all at once. It grows through steady effort repeated over time. Avoid these 5 mistakes, and you'll spend more time learning and less time starting over. Next, let's explore how to use AI tools like ChatGPT as learning partners instead of letting them do all the thinking for you. Here's something interesting. One of the best tools for learning artificial intelligence is artificial intelligence itself, but only if you use it the right way. Many beginners make one simple mistake. They ask an AI to solve every problem from start to finish. It feels productive, but very little learning actually happens. Instead, let AI become your tutor, not your replacement. Ask it to explain difficult concepts in simpler words. Ask for examples. Ask for hints when you're stuck. Try solving the problem yourself first, even if your first attempt isn't perfect. Because every mistake gives you useful feedback. After you finish your solution, ask the AI how your code could be improved. Think of it as getting feedback from a patient mentor. The goal isn't to finish assignments faster. The goal is to become capable of solving new problems on your own. Here's a simple learning cycle. First, learn the concept. Second, build something small. Third, ask for feedback. Finally, improve your work and build it again. This cycle builds real experience, and experience builds confidence. Eventually, you'll need fewer hints, and you'll begin recognizing patterns on your own. That's the moment real learning starts to accelerate. Artificial intelligence should expand your thinking, not replace it. Now let's build the habit that separates people who learn AI from people who eventually work with AI, creating a portfolio of real projects. Learning AI is only half the journey. The other half is proving what you can build. That's where a portfolio becomes your greatest advantage. A portfolio is simply a collection of projects you've completed. It tells a story about your skills. You don't need dozens of projects. A few well-finished projects are often far more valuable. So where should you begin? Start with something small enough to finish in a few days. For example, build a spam email detector, or create a movie recommendation system. Maybe even build a handwritten digit recognizer. The project itself doesn't need to be revolutionary. It needs to teach you something new. Every project should introduce one new challenge. That's how your skills continue growing. Don't hide your mistakes. Document what went wrong and how you fixed it. Those lessons are just as valuable as the finished result. As your projects improve, your confidence grows with them. Eventually, you'll notice something surprising. You're no longer following instructions. You're designing your own solutions. That's a huge milestone, because real confidence comes from creating, not from collecting certificates. Projects become proof of your progress, and each one prepares you for a bigger challenge. One project becomes two become 5, and before long you'll have a body of work that reflects everything you've learned. That's far more meaningful than simply saying, "I studied AI." Your work speaks for itself, and every new project becomes another step toward mastery. Now let's bring everything together into a complete learning blueprint you can start following today. By now, you've seen the individual pieces. Let's combine them into one simple system you can follow every day. Forget trying to study for 6 hours in a single day. Small, focused sessions are much easier to repeat. Here's a practical daily routine. Spend 20 minutes learning one new concept. Then spend 30 minutes applying that idea with code. Finally, review what you learned before ending the session. That's just one focused hour. But repeat it every day, that hour becomes incredibly powerful. Each week, challenge yourself with one complete mini-project. Treat every project as another opportunity to learn, not as a test you have to pass perfectly. Whenever you get stuck, break the problem into smaller pieces. Solve one piece at a time. If you still need help, ask for guidance, not complete answers. Then return and finish the solution yourself. That habit strengthens your problem-solving ability. Every month, look back at your earliest projects. You'll probably notice how much you've improved. Progress is easier to see when you compare your work with your past, not with someone else's. That's one of the healthiest ways to stay motivated. Learning AI isn't a race. It's a long-term skill that grows with consistent effort. The people who improve the most aren't always the fastest. They're the ones who simply keep showing up. Keep learning, keep practicing, keep building, and let each project teach you something the previous one couldn't. Before long, you'll realize you're solving problems that once seemed impossible, and that's when you'll know your system is working. The blueprint is simple. The challenge isn't understanding it. The challenge is following it consistently. In the final section, let's recap the entire journey and give you a simple action plan to start today. We've covered a lot in this video, so let's simplify everything into one action plan you can start today. Don't try to master artificial intelligence in a single week. Focus on building momentum instead. During your first week, learn the fundamentals. Your goal isn't speed. Your goal is understanding. In week 2, solve small coding exercises every day. Don't worry if some exercises feel difficult. Each challenge strengthens your problem-solving skills. In week 3, build your first complete AI project. It doesn't need to be perfect. In week 4, improve what you've already built. Fix bugs. Add one new feature. Make the project cleaner than before. Then start the next project. Repeat this cycle month after month. That's how lasting skills are built. Remember, learning AI isn't about knowing every answer. It's about knowing how to learn, how to experiment, and how to keep improving. If you stay consistent, 6 months from now you'll be amazed by what you can build. The hardest part isn't learning. It's deciding to begin. So don't wait for the perfect course or the perfect moment. Start with one lesson. Write one line of code. Complete one small project. Those simple actions, repeated consistently, can completely change your future. If this guide helped you understand how to learn artificial intelligence more effectively, I hope you'll put these ideas into practice today. If you enjoyed this video and found it useful, consider subscribing for more practical learning guides. If someone you know is starting their AI journey, share this video with them. And if you have a topic you'd like to see next, leave it in the comments. Thanks for watching, keep learning, and I'll see you in the next video.